Remember my cozy fall porch? Well, it's time for a spooky upgrade. I'm taking this autumn scene from pumpkin spice to spooky spice with some eerie DIYs and a touch of magic. Join me as I take on the challenge of transforming my porch from a cozy autumn vibe to a full on spooky Halloween masterpiece. Get ready for floating candles, ethereal vines, and a Halloween transformation that's both spooky and elegant. Hi, welcome or welcome back. I'm so glad that you are here. So, my first step was to kind of envision how I wanted the flow up the steps. So I wanted to take out the very obvious autumn picks with the fall leaves in them, but still have some harvest components in the steps. And then as you progressed up the stairs, it was going to get spookier and spookier. So that was the vision. Hopefully it came to fruition. You'll have to wait and see at the end. But yeah, I'm just taking down all the fall foliage that I can find and going to start with a semi-clean slate, keeping obviously all the pumpkins, which I'm going to try to keep those until Thanksgiving, basically. Last year, when the little ghoulies came up for their tricks and treats, there were some visibility issues. And so I wanted to help solve that and also incorporate lights into the design. I've chosen purple lights for this because on the side of the house, we have purple and orange spiderweb lights. So I wanted to make sure to pull the purple into the front of the house as well. And I'm going to weave them up through the pumpkins with the intention of putting these vines kind of around them and on top of them so that it looks like it's a pumpkin vine and the pumpkins are kind of growing from the vines. I know that they don't really look like pumpkin vines, but you get what I'm going for here. Next, I'm moving on to perhaps the most challenging part of this transformation, and it's these floating candelabra. You need 20-pound test fishing line, some candelabra, and my favorite flameless flickering tapers. They're battery operated. I wanted to utilize the archways of the porch into the design, and instead of hanging them kind of from the ceiling itself, I wanted them to be prominent in the archways. To get them to be really secure and at an angle and be able to withstand the breeze that we get through this part of the city, I needed to secure each candelabra at 3 points and then tie the all the strings together at the top. And this is when I needed a friend. I could have, wrapped it around a pole or something, but our friend was hanging out with us and helping us. This was definitely the least fun of the whole porch redecorate, and I decided to eat the frog early in the project. I'm not sure if you have heard of this concept of quote unquote eating the frog. It's the idea that you do like the hardest or grossest or whatever est thing early on in your project, and then as the project wears on or the day wears on and you get tired or unmotivated or less motivated, then the hardest thing is already done. And it's something that I've been doing for a long time is, kind of my productivity, mental fitness kind of journey. Not sure if you've had a chance to see that mental fitness video, but I will link it in the description below where I go into more detail about all that stuff. We put little white hooks at the top of the archways, and then I wrapped the tied fishing line around those. And instead of it letting, just hang up and down, you need your helper again to kind of hold it at an angle. And I needed to secure it at the bottom too, because the candelabra with the batteries and the tapers is now top heavy and it'll flip over. So it needed to be secured from the top and the bottom. And so I tied it around a hook on the bottom as well. As I was tying all these, what seemed like million strings, I was thinking to myself the other jobs in the world where people had to tie a lot. And I was thinking of sailors and sailing and stuff. And I would love to learn all the sailing knots. I think about weird stuff like that. I'm always thinking. Here you can see the finished look. Obviously, it's going to be way better in the dark, but yeah, each one is very secure. It still moves a little bit in the wind, but because it's fishing line, but it is strong and it is not going to break. Using this entry archway, I wanted to hang this bat. This bat is one of the more affordable purchases from Grandin Road, and they come in a pack of 3. And I had toyed with putting 2 kind of further back in the porch hanging from the ceiling. But after hanging this one, I didn't want him to become obscured by more busyness behind him. And look at this impressive wingspan. I mean, he just really fanned out and it turned out really cool. Remember the corn stalks from the pumpkin patch? Right. So they're finally dried out. They didn't really turn that beautiful golden color. That's fine. I'm fine with it. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know. I'm not a farmer. So anyway, I needed to secure these to the pillars and I set them up and I'm going to secure them in 2 places and kind of hide the string a little bit. Fun fact I didn't know is that I'm allergic to drying corn stalks. So all along my forearms where I picked up the corn stalks, I itched like crazy until I washed off whatever dust or substance was on them. So that's fun, but I can eat corn just fine. So weird. Do you have weird allergies? I don't know. I do. Once I was happy with the tautness of the strings, I needed to kind of readjust the stalks within them, and I loved how it was kind of arching gently over the stairwell, which was really cool. So just repeat the process on the other side. The breeze was a big help. Since putting these up, the archway or the fronds of the corn stalks, whatever you call them, they have drooped a little bit more towards the center, and I don't want to assault people as they come up the stairs, so I've had to readjust them a little bit. I guess the only way to fix that would be to put another tie towards the top, but I don't know. I don't want to do that, but we'll see if I have to. Now, moving on to what I thought was the most fun part of the project, which is hanging the garland and kind of putting the stuff in the urns and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to let you look at it because it's just so pretty and spooky. This whole collection is from Grandin Road, and not gonna lie, it is an investment, but it's really such good quality and it's the muted colors that I like, and they're not sponsoring this video in any way. Maybe someday. You never know. And finally, my eyeballs arrived. That's a weird thing to say, but you know what I mean. And in the bowls they go. I love the colors. They're not, again, too vibrant, and they go in the living room. If you missed the whole house decorate, I'll link it. But I have to say thank you for making that basically the most successful video of my channel ever. And yeah, I'm just really humbled by the number of views and comments and likes and everything. So thank you so much for that. And oh, of course, the peacock had to have a witch hat too. All right, here is everything all put together. I'm going to show you it during the day so you can see some of the details, and then at night. Before you click off, if you are still here, you are definitely in the 35-ish% of people who watch to the end. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It is one of the best ways to help this channel grow, and I am trying to grow it. And also watching videos to the end and watching another one so that YouTube knows that my stuff is binge worthy is another good way to help my channel. So thank you so, so much for your time and attention and all of your comments and all the lovely things that you have to say. And even if you don't say anything, thank you for being here and spending your time with me. I hope that you enjoyed this and found some value in it, maybe some ideas to transform your fall to Halloween. Next, I'll be reviewing some books that I think might help get you in the Halloween spirit, and some movies as well. So that'll be here when it's ready, and Google thinks you should watch this one too.